The Edo election wasn't a test, it was a rehearsal. What happened there is the exact same method that was already set for 2027. We printed duplicate result sheets, same serial numbers, same signatures. After collation, the originals are removed and replaced. Security forces were instructed not to interfere. They cleared the way. Thugs had impunity because they had quiet protection. The server delay narrative is not accidental. Results are changed, swapped, or erased. By the time uploads resume, the numbers are already fixed. The public relies on IREV. But what we submit to the courts as certified true copies is often altered. The discrepancies are intentional. The court process is a formality. The judgment is prearranged, sometimes even before all evidence is submitted. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2027 election is already compromised. The election is not just riggable, it's already rigged. Thank you. You believe 2027 will be free and fair? It won't be. The rigging plan has been tested and perfected and will be applied on a national scale.
INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu, Professor of Glitches. Chairman of INEC, you will not be chairman by the next election 2027. But una they try to build on the criminality that took place for 2023. And the person will go come after you, go even try, it go day worse than you. That is why Nigerians must pay attention to everything where they happen for INEC. INEC. The genesis and the foundation of every problem where Nigeria they face today, it begins with INEC. Una must put attention for INEC, Professor of Glitches. Senate and National Assembly day on holiday, they go resume by September. But it no matter the law where they pass for electoral reform for this country, good laws, they as good as the people where go enforce and implement those laws for INEC and judiciary. That is why Nigerians make una no allow anybody pour us spit for face again. All this one where they do, they know waiting that they do, that they deceive themselves. All this talk of this one cannot win in the north, this one no go win in the south, this one no go win story. Far una cock and bull story. Una know. Say when it comes to free and fair election in 2027, before 12 o'clock of election day, the defeat of the ruling party will be announced. Una know. You are very sure of it, and that is why all of this Krukere movement, they go on. But Nigerians, we must mount our guard. INEC, you cannot continue to be the weapon fashion against Nigeria. And when I will be INEC staff, where they work for INEC ICT department and others, not be to they complain, they talk alone for Bako. If truly you mean well for yourself and this country, you should stand up for the truth and the thing where you believe in. To ensure, say, INEC not do the criminality. Because the way Nigerians keep quiet, Mahmoud they badun within gang of electoral bandits. All the criminality will take place for 2023, nobody was held accountable. So they won't consolidate on them. I asked one a question, Professor of Glitches, Professor Mahmoud. You said there was a glitch on the day of election. I do video 3 days or how many days ago. I they ask, what of the companies, the contractors were there for INEC? How they don't explain or have they been held accountable for the IRF failure? No response. Today, I still they ask again. What exactly they go on for the INEC ICT department? Professor Mahmoud, if you said there was a glitch, what exactly don't be the explanation of the ICT director who head that unit for 2023? Because on the 22nd of August, few months before 2023 general election, una release memo signed by the then INEC head of voter education, Barrister Festus Okoye. Una do some internal transfer. You carry the ICT head, that is Engineer Chidinwa, for you carry him go Enugu, go make him Secretary of Admin. You carry Secretary of Admin for there, come make Director of Planning and Monitoring for Abuja. And then you carry the Director of Planning and Monitoring, Engineer Paul Omokore, make him Head of ICT. When una consider the ICT, IREF come fail on election day, what has been the explanation of the new head of ICT, Engineer Paul Omokore, as to what happened for the department? Has there been an independent audit of the ICT department to know what exactly caused the glitch and why we no go get further glitches moving forward? Because you Nigerians, when I see this thing why they talk about INEC, I pray say before we realize and the thing no go dey too late. Professor Mahmood, you wey start the issue of electronic transmission of results, you go meet NCC, you talk about how to form steering committee, all the paper position wey you release. When you know that there was a glitch, why be say in your interaction with National Assembly, among all your itemization now, nothing include mandatory electronic transmission of result? Professor Mahmood, is there a standing order from National Assembly for you not to talk about electronic transmission of result to be compulsory? What is going on between INEC and National Assembly? Professor Mahmood, professor of glitches, Nigerians will need explanation. But guess what, Nigerians? Una must mount our guard. Nigerians, get ready to defend your votes. Nigeria, make una no allow the same fire to burn us 2 times, abi the 3rd time. 2027 must be more than 200 million victims of political wickedness and evil against a failed system. Professor of glitches, INEC Rex, INEC national coordinators and commissioners, make una continue to gbadun, make una dey faji. Those wey fit dey buy houses and properties for Katankpe extension and all over Asokoro, continue. The bloods that are sharing in Nigeria, the bloods of the innocent Nigerians that are sharing due to bad government that was brought by this INEC, it will speak for all of us. 2027, no glitches. Nigerians, make your voices and your votes count. Professor of glitches, what is going on in the ICT department and between INEC and the National Assembly? God bless Nigeria. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
I have seen people saying that Nigeria cannot be good, elections cannot be free and fair. INEC is a problem. Judiciary has been bought. Tinubu cannot be removed. Nigerians are spewing narratives of disillusionment, narratives of discouragement, narratives that said we have been defeated and conquered. But never have I seen the will of the people conquered. Nowhere in the world has the will of the people been conquered. That is why when politicians come, they first try to divide the people. And by dividing the people, they divide the will of the people. Tinubu is overrated. Tinubu is not a god. If we want to remove Tinubu, as far as I'm concerned, is the easiest thing to be removed. But the will of the people must be intact. The will of the people must be intact. How do we ensure that Tinubu is removed? I prefer 3 cardinal points of our actions. 3 cardinal points in the next election. Vote, stay, and defend. Vote, stay, and defend. Now, in the next election, come 2027, you must vote. Because they tell you our vote does not count. Our vote, if your vote does not count, they will not be doing this much to discourage you from voting. It really does count. Your vote really counts, but you don't know it counts. That's why they tell you it doesn't count. They make you believe it doesn't count. And I'm going to tell you why it counts. But please, you must vote. Come out and vote. The reason why your vote does not count is in my 3rd cardinal point, which I'm going to get to in a short while. Now, after vote, I said the 3 cardinal points is vote, stay, and defend. When you finish voting, please don't go anywhere. Stay and watch what happens to your vote. Make sure when they are counting, that vote stays. Watch it. And when you are there, no look at your face. Don't keep a face of fear, a face of intimidation. Keep a face that shows you are ready for any kasala. And make sure you have a 2x2 by your side. Not too obvious. Something that at least before they break your head, 3 people's head don't they broken by you. Before they break your head, you yourself, you don't break 3 people's head. You cannot just go there. Someone will just injure you. Can't then break my head. You carry bandage. You show people. No. Before anybody tear my head, me personally, I don't tear 3 people's head. So if me I work at least if you 3 minus 1 is 2. So now me win. I work out, but two people, I don't. You understand what I'm saying? So stay, don't move anywhere. Watch your vote. Watch where it is going. Watch what happens to that one vote of yours. The final and the most important one is defend. Defend your vote. Follow that vote to wherever it's going and make sure it is reflected. Don't sleep. Don't vote and just go home. Stay and watch that vote. See what is going to happen. Any PIM, give PIM. If the vote, as they are moving that vote, follow it. There's no law that doesn't say you shouldn't follow where your vote is going. Follow it. Make sure that what happened in the polling unit is reflected in whatever center your vote is going. And then in the final place in Abuja, if you have 100 people there, it's nothing. They will tamper with it. 1,000, they will tamper with it. 2,000, but if you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million people in that place where they are announcing people, there are 3 million surrounding that place. 1 million, 2 million, 3 people surrounding where the Inec, they will know that anything wahala dey. You have to let them know that if, in every of my videos I always mention the word if you do what is wrong, there are consequences. Nigeria is bad because the people perpetrating criminalities don't know or don't believe there are consequences. But if the people can make them realize that there are consequences to their action, then go behave. Then go behave. So, Nigeria is not as bad as you think it is. It is the people that have failed to recognize their powers, that have given these criminalities, pretending to be politicians, that have destroyed this country. The very moment the people begin to realize their powers, that is the end of the criminalities in Nigeria. So it is up to you. Do you want to be docile, lackadaisical, nonchalant, and allow Nigeria to collapse? Or you want to now be proactive? Protect the input that you have invested to make Nigeria better. And indeed, Nigeria will be better. Vote, stay, and defend your vote. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
Just in, Sowore ended up in Nigerians' detention since yesterday. So today we woke up with the news that said that about 6 a.m. today, that a police team allegedly headed by a CSP from the IGP monitoring unit forcibly entered Sowore's detention cell at the FID in Abuja, broke his right hand and transported him to an undisclosed location. Following this particular news, Yoruba Union has equally called for the IGP EGBETOKUN'S dismissal over SOWORE'S detention, threatens to occupy Nigerian embassies globally. Many Nigerians have taken to their various social media spaces to condemn Nigerian police illegal detention of Mr. Sowore. People are demanding that they should free Sowore. People have taken to the street to protest for their displeasure and this, belief, and to tell Nigerian police to release Mr. Sowore. And here is the full statement of the Yoruba Union calls for the IGP EGBETOKUN'S dismissal, according to Sahara reporters. So in a statement on Thursday today, being 7th of August 2025, the union accused the IGP of abusing his position by allegedly using the force to settle personal scores, particularly against government critics. So the Yoruba Union, known as Iwinomo Majekobaje Ilei Yoruba, has issued an ultimatum to President Bola Tinubu demanding the immediate dismissal of the Inspector General of Police Kayode EGBETOKUN over the controversial arrest of human rights activist Omoyole Sowore. So in the statement, the union accused the IGP of abusing his position by allegedly using the force to settle personal scores, particularly against government critics. The group equally condemned what it described as a rising culture of repression and intimidation under President Tinubu's administration. We can no longer watch in silence while state institutions are turned into instruments of oppression. The police under EGBETOKUN have been weaponized against innocent Nigerians, the statement said. The group equally warned that failure to remove Expōsed from office would result in coordinated protests at Nigerian embassies across the globe. It also called on international bodies including the United Nations and the European Union (EU) to take urgent action by sanctioning the Nigerian government over its increasing human rights violation. According to the Union, the latest detention of SOWORE'S is only one example of how dissenting voices are being silenced. They also accused President Tinubu of shielding allies and using key security institutions like the police and Department of the State Services (DSS) to clamp down on activists. President Tinubu must put national interest above personal loyalties. Failure to act now will only escalate tensions both at home and abroad. In a statement released also by the convener Olusola Badora and signed by the Home Director Princess Balogun, the Yoruba Union accused IGP EGBETOKUN'S of unlawfully detaining SOWORE'S despite the activists honoring a police invitation yesterday. So the group alleged that a petition written by one of the IGP's mistresses was used as a tool to go after SOWORE. The union stated that EGBETOKUN'S and his allies cannot act as judge and jury in a case involving themselves, especially while using public funds to pursue personal grudges. Nigeria has become a banana republic under Tinubu's watch. We have become a laughingstock internationally. No one respects the Nigerian police force anymore, as those in power have reduced it to a political tool for silencing critics and stifling free expression. Tinubu has allowed nepotism to flourish. EGBETOKUN'S now acts like a demigod, unchecked and unrestrained, even though he has surpassed the statutory retirement age and should not be occupying the position of IGP. The union also warned that failure to remove EGBETOKUN'S would clearly indicate President Tinubu's intention to use him for questionable roles ahead of 2027 general elections. He further cautioned the government against continued crackdowns on civic space and the rights of Nigerian citizens. We are calling on President Tinubu to sack IGP with immediate effect, or we will mobilize to occupy Nigerian embassies worldwide and report all atrocities committed by EGBETOKUN'S and his enablers, including President Tinubu, to the United Nations and the European Union. This is coming from the Yoruba nation. And they did not even stop there. They equally made it known that SOWORE deserves to be celebrated for advocating for the promotion and improved welfare of thousands of Nigerian police officers. We all saw that. This guy was one of the people that take it to the street. He took to the street to protest for the betterment of Nigerian police. And guess what? The same police equally stole his eyeglasses on the same day he is protesting for their own welfare. You see the type of country we find ourselves into. Are you sure Nigerian police can easily be reformed? Can this police be reformed in any manner? It's a question that we need to ask ourselves. We are clamoring, we are demanding for a better Nigeria. We are also demanding for a better Nigerian police force. But guess what? On a daily basis, we keep on hearing Nigerian police brutality and all kinds of harassment by the Nigerian police force against innocent Nigerian citizens. And they are not even backing down. They are not even afraid that they are spoiling their brand name. That brand name, Nigerian police, they are equally spoiling it. You see? So the union also called on all well-meaning Nigerians and its members, both at home and abroad, to protest at Nigerian embassies worldwide and to petition the UN and the EU over IGP EGBETOKUN'S alleged human rights abuses and misuse of the police force for personal scores. Hello, my people. Lastly, the group added that it will not allow EGBETOKUN'S to tarnish the image of the country, especially the Southwest, in the eyes of the international community. Nigeria is not a banana island. And they have given the man 24 hours to release SOWORE and all other critics who have been illegally arrested and detained. This is it. So what do you guys have to say concerning this? I remember, I don't know if you guys watched our last video before this particular video, where Nigerian police IG once Sowore, very dark man, and Deji, who happens to be very dark man's lawyer, that their provocations will be met with consequences. These are activists that are publicly known in the country, and they have forces, they have fans, that even if you arrest them, Nigerians will take it to the street to protest for their release. Anyway, my lovers and viewers, what is your opinion? The main thing there is that they should release Sowore. Sowore's arrest will not put to an end police brutality. It will not stop hardship. It won't stop insecurity. Sowore is clamoring, he is demanding for the betterment of Nigerian police. But guess what? The people he is fighting for are fighting against him. That is the type of country we find ourselves into. Look at what is happening. Iyapojo, after helping late Mohbad's family in terms of fighting for justice for the late Mohbad, helping this DJ Splash and others, guess what? Nigerians as a whole are now fighting against this lady. So it makes it look as if doing good is now a crime in the Nigeria of today. Hence what? It will still not stop people from doing good. But at least the people that have done this good and it backfire on them, will it still propel them to do more? To do more good? Obviously, that is a no. Anyway, feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section. If this is your first time coming across our channel, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell button so you always get notified whenever we post our latest content. I remain my humble self, Chidinma Clement. Thanks for watching.
Right here we are in front of FID, directly opposite the Nigeria Police Headquarters. Yesterday, 4 letters of invitation were issued to Omoyele Sowore to come and give details of multiple offenses. When he received the 4th one, he asked, please, can you avail me a copy of the petition that was sent? Let me know what my offenses I'm coming to answer are. They refused. They said he should come in person and he'll be given it personally. He replied officially and said he's coming with his group of civil rights activists. But when we got here, only him and 3 other people were allowed in. Now, he was allowed into the premises at exactly 16 minutes past 12. We are giving the Inspector General of Police, in quotes, 2 hours. We are giving him an ultimatum. Number 1, we are not leaving this place without Omoyele. You will arrest all of us here if you dare arrest him. You will arrest everybody here. We will all be arrested.
If they want to make we wait 2 hours, they should make sure a record talk to us say we will allow 2 hours.
Beat him, you must beat us. Arrest him, touch him, you touch us. We will not leave here.
3, 2, 1.
Well, unfortunately, it's still the same as it was yesterday. So it is today and today and forevermore. The road ahead is still very rough and tough. Mr. Sowore was invited as a law-abiding citizen of this country, who is very sure of his innocence. He obliged them to visit, and he was here this morning. He came alongside his lawyers, and the DCP Akin Fakorede showed 2 petitions. Unfortunately, the petitions were authored by the same police force that is accusing him of what they accuse him of. In the first petition, the police IG admin, using the police letterhead of the IG's office, petitioned Sowore for insulting the same IG and asking the same IG to use the same office to investigate him. Another petition emanated from the IG's mistress, Yemisi Kuti. She alleged that Omoyele Sowore has defamed him and her and accused her of being a mistress of the IG. Unfortunately, that allegation was also not made against Sowore but against Sarah reporters. Sowore informed them that Sarah reporters and Sowore are 2 different people.
Absolutely.
Yes. Firstly. Secondly, you cannot be
A judge,
the accuser, the judge, all in your own case. And he advised them that procedurally and otherwise, the petition itself is faulty. And as far as we're concerned, there is no forgery committed against any person anywhere. And whatever he has said or was said by SR is the truth. But if you doubt and otherwise, please, can I see the accuser so we can confront each other on the allegations she alleged I made against her? None of this was shown. Very fundamentally, the powers of the police to investigate crimes and criminal allegations does not inure or does not give the police the powers to settle personal vendetta and personal scores against Nigerians.
I love that.
The regulations and the police acts, regulations 367 and the police act of 2020 forbids a police officer from using his or her office to subjugate, to oppress, or to settle personal scores with or against Nigerians. Unfortunately, the police IG, illegal in court, has decided to use the same police force and to use the same powers vested in his office by the Constitution to oppress Nigerians for simply exercising their rights under Chapter 4, Section 39 of the Constitution, which is the right to freedom of expression and of the press. We have informed them that the invitation of Mr. Sowore on account of those allegations, his detention for every hour and every minute is unlawful.
Yes.
It's unjustifiable. It's illegal. It contravenes the Constitution and the Police Acts. And we are mandating them as a matter of law and urgency to release Mr. Sowore between now and the next 24 hours.
I love that.
If they fail to release Mr. Sowore on account of these spurious, unfounded, and illegal allegations against him, then they will have Nigerians to contend with.
I love that.
The right to the press, the right to speak, the right to demand for accountability and justice in the public space, the right to demand for due process of law, including in the police, is sacred and sacrosanct. There is no basis for promoting a girl that joined the police for barely 10 years.
10 years.
To the post of an SCP.
SCP. 10 years old.
Very fundamentally,
yes,
the same Akinfa Korede, who is an SCP, that was invited to investigate this particular case, who now heads the IG monitoring unit, is 33 years in the police, and he has been given a duty to investigate a girl that is barely 10 years in the police. Were it to be in a sane society, what man will accept such an assignment to carry out an assignment for a girl that is just barely 10 years?
10 years.
I'm telling you.
It is what they have reduced policing to.
You're a bad guy. 10 seconds everywhere, boss.
A police officer informed me today that the police is now has been reduced to, he said, cow dung. If a policeman can so describe the police, then how much more the common man on the streets? The court judgments are replete with condemnations for the police force. The police has been regarded as an institution that is now in arms against the citizenry. This police force has lost focus and has lost track. It has become worse under this current IGP EGBETOKUN'S.